to make a couple videos in succession, a little mini series about why training with structure, number one, training in specific training zones, why is that such a more beneficial to people if they want to get faster and improve versus I'm just gonna train whenever I feel like it or whatever I feel like that today. And there definitely is a time and place for that, mostly kind of the off season or right after you get done with the race for maybe a week or so. But that's not the worst thing in the world to do. But if you're training, depends whoever you want to talk to, but definitely 10 weeks, 12 weeks before a race, and then a couple of 10 weeks before that as well. And these numbers are just kind of arbitrary. There are some kind of general guidelines to follow, but why are training in zones and with a structured program so much better? Number one, it keeps you consistent, and I think if there's anything to take away is consistently training is so much better than having a huge burst of training for, let's say, 10 days and then 5 days of I can't really do much, and then another burst of 8 days of training and then 3 days where nothing. You're just going back and forth. However, if you have 3 weeks of solid training and then you have a rest week, and then you're getting into this rhythm, your fitness is going to take off without feeling like you're having to train that hard. I know myself, when the first time that I trained with a coach and I worked with a coach, maybe like 6 weeks in, I was like, man, this is a lot easier than I expected. And he's like, yeah, that's what everyone says. And it's just based on the consistency, and are you training in the right zones to get that response from your body. So that's basically kind of what I'm going to do here. So this video is to talk about the benefits of it, kind of did that a little bit earlier. What are the different zones? And then the last video is going to be how to actually test, and then probably, I think, maybe 3 or 4 videos we kind of take care of it, kind of see how long each one takes. But the benefits, like I was talking about before, is you don't look at it as in a workout, like, can I finish this workout? It's really about not even the day, like let's say if you're doing a brick, a run, or a bike run is usually what people do. But it's really looked at the week. So are you training too hard within the week? That is really going to be the best way to look at it. Yeah, you can do another 20 minutes harder. You could go for another 90 minute on your bike ride, but you got to do a run tomorrow, and you got a bike 2 days from now or the next day even. So is that the best thing for your legs? And the consistency part is you do not have to kill yourself. I know a lot of us, I am a huge victim of this, coming from high school and college and training. Every single coach I ever had was like, leave it out there, do not leave anything out in practice. Every single set, every single practice, you have to be going as hard as you can. And I took that mentality, that philosophy, to my first couple years of trainings. I remember when I first did a sprint triathlon the first couple of years, every single run workout for me was I went to a track, did 3 miles as fast as I can go, and every single day I would try to beat my previous time. And that's just not gonna work in the long term. You might have some short term, some very, very short term improvements, but over a 6-month period, a year, even a longer timetable than that, it's really not gonna be beneficial to you. The rate of injury is just going to skyrocket, and that's what eventually happened to me after doing that for a while. You're going to get stale and stagnant. You're not going to really rev up for those really, really key workouts, and in the race is what specifically you want. So there are some key workouts where you are going as hard as you can, but those are very few and far between. The vast majority of your time is going to be spent in an easy zone. I would say like a conversation is kind of what I usually describe to people that are first starting out. Think of it as if you're on the phone with someone, you could have a somewhat conversation. They might say like, hey, what are you doing? But you can talk back and forth with them for the most part. Think of it as you're on a treadmill and someone's running next to you, you could kind of have a semi-conversation. That or even slower, even a less of an effort, is going to be where you're going to do most of the training. And initially, for a lot of people, and we'll kind of talk about this in future videos, it's very difficult for people because it doesn't feel like you're working hard. But if you are consistent with it over, a long period of time, you're going to build some serious fitness and get a lot faster and really improve if that's your goal. If you just kind of want to do this to hang out with friends and I just kind of want to have fun with this, I don't want to take it too seriously, that's fine too. But if you are looking to improve and lower times, whatever that is, everyone has a different goal. Some people, a 2-hour half marathon is what they want, or I want to get on podiums, or I want to just improve from my previous race. Let's say you're doing the same race over and over again each year. That's really what these zones are, what this program is it's really designed to do. So step number one, I would say, if you can work with a coach, that's going to be and obviously an experienced coach that knows what they're doing. Really, because every single athlete is not going to be the same. I can give one advice to someone and it's going to be completely wrong for someone versus someone else. And there's millions of variables, your age, your experience, how long you've been racing, your experience. There's just too many variables to describe. So it really is kind of tailored to you. There are some general guidelines, of course, but it's really, each person's going to be a little bit different. So you can't give broad advice to everyone. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on why structured training is better than just kind of just going to whatever I want and it's kind of whatever you feel that day. So I hope you take this advice and to get faster. Thank you.